I'm Rory from XR Today, bringing you the latest in news and conversation from the extended reality space. Today I'm joined by Stefan Hauswiesner, the CEO and co-founder of Reactive Reality, creators of the PICTOFiT mirror, an online and in-store AR try-on solution. Thank you very much for joining me today, Stefan.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. So can you start us off by introducing the PICTOFiT solution further? And could you explain its benefits to customers, brands, and high street merchants?
Sure. So PICTOFiT is a virtual try-on platform enabling online shoppers to try out outfits and garments before they buy them, but also store visitors, and that is new, to try on digitally garments and outfits in a store, get accurate size recommendations, and have a better shopping experience. PICTOFiT is the only platform that spans end-to-end, meaning it enables retailers and brands to digitize their products. It performs all the processing, all the data transfer, all the way to the consumer's device. So it spans, the entire data flow and the entire value proposition. And as such, brands and retailers only need to work with PICTOFiT to create the entire virtual try-on experience. So the benefits are online shoppers, of course, they can try on outfits before they buy them, meaning that they make better purchasing decisions by seeing, the fashion products really on their bodies before they buy them. They get accurate size recommendations. They get even accurate size visualization. So very few people fit into a single confection size. Most people lie between sizes. And the technology is so accurate that it can even indicate where on your body garments are going to fit tightly or loosely. In stores, it has a whole series of advantages as well. For example, it allows store visitors to try on items very efficiently. So imagine going to a store, and they have 50 different pairs of jeans, and you're only looking for one, right? And you don't want to go through the effort of trying all of them on physically. But on a PICTOFiT mirror, that is how our in-store solution is called, you can try on very efficiently all of these pants, and then you narrow down your choice, and then maybe one or two pairs, you take physically to a dressing room and try on for real. So it's a huge time saver, and it's a huge space saver as well, because obviously stores come at a premium, like each square foot comes at a premium, and they want to keep stock low. And this means that sometimes items will be out of stock. And on a PICTOFiT mirror, however, you can try on items which may not be on stock anymore.
Fantastic. And do you mind quickly just explain a little bit more about how you use avatar technology alongside the PICTOFiT mirror solution?
So store visitors can create their personalized avatars on the device. So they do that by entering a few easy to take measurements. So we usually ask for 5 to 6 measurements, such as body height, hip circumference, shoulder width. And this is good to create an avatar that describes your body with a 94% accuracy. So you have a digital version of yourself on the mirror, giving you very accurate size recommendation and very accurate size visualization. So you're going to see how a pair of jeans, for example, is going to fit on your body, where it's going to be tight, whether it's going to be a little bit too long or a little bit too short. And as such, it accelerates the shopping experience and it enriches the shopping experience, especially when sales assistants, may not have time, if there's long queuing times in front of a dressing room. All of these things can be alleviated by a PICTOFiT mirror.
Brilliant, thank you. And then more generally, how can immersive technology enhance real-world purchases and therefore alter the buyer's journey?
So immersive technologies are certainly on the brink of revolutionizing fashion retail. Immersive technologies such as augmented reality have been more common in, say, furniture and home shopping, where IKEA and Amazon have solutions on the market. And this has been fairly established over the past couple of years. Now it's fashion's turn. The need is the same, right? People want to experience and try products before they buy them online or in a store. And this is how immersive technology is basically coming into the fashion industry. And as of recently, online and offline have been connected even more tightly through magic mirror devices such as ours in stores. So the background here is that the idea of omni-channel shopping, bridging online and offline, is more than 20 years old. But this has never really taken off, because how do you entice store visitors to really engage with a digital device in stores? There just hasn't been a lot of value in the past for people to do that, right? Now, with magic mirrors in stores and virtual dressing rooms on the retailers' apps and websites, these things get bridged. So say you start your shopping journey online, you create an avatar in a retailer's app, and you try on a lot of different sweaters maybe, but you couldn't decide between three of them. Now you go to the store device already knows who you are, what you've been doing, what you've been trying on. The store device has your avatar, so you can continue your purchasing journey there. So you could ask sales assistants, for example, to bring those three items, for real and try them on. And then if you still cannot decide, you maybe leave the store without a purchase. The brand and retailers, they can still reach you. They can still propose, you looked at these three sweaters. We're so sorry that none of them was a good fit. However, we have a new arrival, and we can see that this is very relevant to you. So this entire journey, whether it starts online or offline, is connected seamlessly through the user's avatars, through virtual try-on.
Cool. It's great to see the interoperability of these softwares. So moving towards the Hugo Boss partnership, where you recently set up hardware. More generally, where you set up hardware, how has consumer and brand feedback been to the PICTOFiT solution?
Consumer and in-store staff feedback has been great. So people really appreciate having a digital support in the selling process. These devices tend to be very accurate, for example, in their size recommendations for consumers, because the PICTOFiT mirror and the PICTOFiT platform in general is fed by design data, manufacturing data of the individual products. So it has the highest level of data fidelity in how a product is described, in terms of dimensions, and it enables consumers, that is store visitors and online shoppers, to really access this high quality data to derive very accurate size recommendations and visualizations. So for example, think of a dress shirt. All the dimensions, including colors, including all the circumferences, all the openings, are described in that digital product. And when you try it on your own body, it will match with your avatar, and it can tell you not only which size you have, but also where it's going to be tight or where it's going to be loose or long. And then people may make a much better purchasing decision, right? Because it's not just about whether an algorithm thinks a garment is maybe a little bit too tight around your waist. Some people may prefer that, right? Some people may prefer a tighter piece of clothing over a more loose-fitting one. And the algorithms can really visualize where exactly it's going to be tight or loose, such that the consumer make a much better purchasing decision.
Brilliant. And do you feel it's crucial for businesses and brands to start leveraging this in-store and online AR technology? And what are your predictions about the technology and how it will evolve over time?
So this will definitely become more common as the world is, becoming ever more digitized and digitalized. People shop online more often, and they're looking for a rich experience that matches the in-store experience. At the same time, this gives stores the opportunity to become, great brand experiences, where you go to a store not necessarily just for the physical access to the product, for the shelves filled with products, but rather you go there to see the brand, to see what it's about, how the products are made, the values of the brand, the visual experience and the brand and haptic experience. So stores might become more specialized in the future, just about this experience. Whereas just the shopping aspect, getting hold of the product, is something that is handled through shipment, through online shopping, for example. And this is how we see the future, basically online and offline coming closer together.
Fantastic. I think that's it's very bold, very good predictions for the future of this, and it's a very good prediction for the future of digital identity for brands and high street merchants in this Web3 age. I wanted to see if there's anything else you would like to add about the future of reactive reality, or perhaps more solutions that you've got coming.
Since you mentioned Web3, that's definitely a big trend, obviously, with the metaverse. And what I believe is very relevant here is that fashion brands and retailers, they're in a unique position in knowing their customers extremely well. So a brand or retailer that has a virtual dressing room or a PICTOFiT mirror in their stores, they have, they know how their customers look like. They know how they dress. They know your body shape. And this means that fashion brands and retailers can equip people with their online avatars for all kinds of metaverse applications. And that's a huge advantage over other retailers. Like a furniture retailer cannot do that, right? They don't know their customers so intimately. And this is a huge potential moving forward as we spend more time on the metaverse, working, gaming, socializing on the metaverse. People will want to have their avatars to look like them. And wear the clothes, wear the styles that they prefer, because this is a way of expressing personality, right? So there will be a huge consumer need to have personalized avatars, and fashion brands and retailers that start early in virtual dressing, virtual mirrors, they can embark on that journey and build up a very high value data set for the metaverse.
Fantastic. It does sound like it's a good way or a good avenue for brands to connect closer to their customers, if that's fair.
Absolutely. It will boil down to the brands and the experience and the styles. So fashion has, maybe today 10% of the purpose of fashion is to keep you warm, and 90% is expressing style, expressing personality, differentiating from your peers. And this will happen online and offline alike. And we see that as a big potential in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. So finally, I just want to ask, what's the best way for our viewers to keep up to date with everything reactive reality?
Please visit our website and LinkedIn page. By following our LinkedIn page, you will get to see all the exciting updates in the future.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
I'm Rory Greener from XR Today. Get more XR news by following our social pages, and thank you very much for watching.